Hi everyone, Vickie here, Rock and Roll Prophetess. Thank you for joining me for the free monthly readings. We're going to be doing July's reading in a minute. I like to go over everything in the beginning so I don't have to constantly repeat myself during the readings. I want everybody to pick a color before we start. That's one thing I want to make sure that we color. The second thing is the court cards when they come up in the reading, the ones that are people. They're not necessarily a gender assigned. So a queen could be a male, female, whoever. I will refer to them as he as a king or knight and she as a queen. But really it doesn't have to be a male or female, especially in these general readings. We're going to be using my Rock and Roll Tarot deck for the tarot portion of this spread. And then we're going to pull a card from the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards, which are also my own creation. I have lots of tools available for spiritual growth, including these adult coloring books. And if you're trying to learn tarot, you can pick up my book, Tarot in the Modern World, which is all linked below. I want to get to something really quick because, as you noticed, I have two tarot Rock and Roll Tarot decks here. This is the first edition. This is the one that I've been selling through the print on demand, and it's still going to be available. I'm not doing away with it, and actually the changes are not that, there's not a lot of big changes. One of the big changes is in the second edition. It has this box. The new edition has the real nice box, and it opens up, you know, like this, and the cards are inside. The cards are very slightly different sized, but not noticeably so. You know, tiny bit smaller, but a little bit wider. I changed a few things. I didn't change any of the words. So if you have the first edition deck, you're good. It's not obsolete by any means. I changed a little bit of the background colors on the sword cards, and I changed. One card didn't have its name on it, the Four of Swords. So I did change. That's the only card that the text was changed on. Let me see if I can find it. I can't find it. But it was the Four and the Swords. I did change the colors a little slightly. Here's the same card from one and the other. So I toned down the colors a little bit on the Cups card, and I changed the background color a little bit on the Swords cards, because the Swords were looking too close to the Major Arcana. So it did have this kind of rainbow thing, so I put like a little bit of a darker background in. But otherwise, I mean, all the keywords are the same. Again, if you have the first deck, it's not going to be obsolete. And there's going to be many versions of this deck to come. I want to do a monochromatic, and I want to do a, I want to do several versions. A neat day glow one. The thing is, now that I have this new deck, I'm doing a Kickstarter. I want this to be available on Amazon. Many of you were saying that you couldn't get the deck because they were charging like $50 or more to ship it overseas. So I've started a Kickstarter, and it's going to be this new version of the deck, and it's going to be available on Amazon with shipping overseas. I redesigned the box. It's got some things on the side and that. And it'll be Amazon shipping. It's going to be better for everybody. You won't have to wait. I've done this Kickstarter, and it's I've made some really cool custom merch that's going to be incentives only for Kickstarter donators. It's a concert ticket, a backstage pass, and a laminated VIP All Access pass. These are only available through specific donations through Kickstarter and won't be available for sale any other way. This is to show my appreciation. I'd planned on doing the readings with the newer deck for this month. That's why the readings are late getting up. I was waiting on the shipping. But there was a problem, and one of the sheets came out all black. But luckily the printer corrected it right away, and the sheet's on its way. I'm starting it's coming tomorrow. But I got to start the readings. We're getting way behind here. So some of you will have the reading of July done with the first edition box or deck. And many of you will have it done with the second edition, but I'm going to go ahead and start it now. I won't use this deck because there's some cards that are missing at this time. The other thing, this box is a big improvement. And look how big this box is. It never really kind of fit right. These are the same amount of cards, and look how much more compact and solid it is. You know, it's a little bit better quality. The card stock is a little thicker, but I don't really notice a huge difference in the thickness of the cards. They're pretty comparable, but technically this new deck is a thicker cardboard and it's coated, but it looks like these are coated too. So I've rattled on enough. I just wanted to let you know what's going on. Some of the readings are going to have this deck and some are going to have the other, and that's the reason why. And please stop over to that Kickstarter page and check it out if you can. I appreciate your support. Also, I'm open for readings. I'll be doing the soul readings are available. These are deep readings, These are based on your chart. It's very, very much in past lives, but it's also like at a karmic level, what you're doing in this life, why you've incarnated, all these sorts of things. If you don't get your message from your sun sign reading, be sure to check out your rising sign and moon. These readings are meant to empower you. While we're doing the readings, I want you to look at the words as well. Hold up all the cards, freeze them. If something stands out to you, if something morphs and it looks like it's saying something other than what the actual word is, allow that to happen. This is empowerment tarot. These cards will talk to you. Let them talk to you. That is how you can get a message that's strictly for you and beyond just a general reading for everybody. Okay, I think I've rattled on enough. Without further ado, on to the July readings. Hello Pisces, thanks for joining me for July. Don't forget to pick that color. What you're going to be using for your reading, we're going to use the first edition deck. Because I'm actually doing you first this month. I think I'm going to work back to front. So you're the last, so I'm going to do you first. We'll see. But you're definitely using the first edition deck. But I have the other one on display here, the box for it. Okay. So let's get your cards going for July 2000. Here's another one. 16. I almost was going to say 2017. So I wonder if that has some kind of something for you, somebody, implication. Here's one. Oh, we need one more for Pisces for July. Here it is. This one wants to come too. Okay. Alright, well here it is. If you found it, pick that color. I want you to look for it in the cards because that's going to be something that maybe you want to pay a little bit more attention to, alright? Well, the central card, we threw one extra out, but is World in Reverse. That's not a bad card, you know, and look at it upside down. Let those shapes look at you upside down because they're going to look like other words and different things. Rome or room. See, that looks like room or Rome to me. Or rose. But anyways, let's take a look. World in Reverse is just that you don't see the potential for what it really is. I feel like world cannot be diminished. World in Reverse isn't a bad card because World Upright is so good and so powerful. In Reverse, it's just diminished as because you don't see what it's about. You know, there's some stuff here about relationships breaking up, but there's also the marriage card is in here, the Ten of Cups, right in line with the world, okay? So, relationships have potential to be awesome and wonderful. For many of you, this is about the past, big time. You know, you've got the Two of Cups in reverse, so there is some kind of a falling out with somebody. Often it's a breakup of a relationship, you know, romantic relationship, but it could be a falling out with anybody. And it's backed up here because you do have the Five of Cups here, right in line with the Two of Cups in reverse. So it's talking about looking at the past, looking at the spilled cups, looking at what went wrong. So he looks at these spilled cups, and therefore he can't, because really he could see the world. So it's like saying the world's within your reach, and it is because it's right in the middle of the spread. But you got to look past the sadness. You got to look past whatever is depressed and got you down and stuff. And it is about some falling out of some relationship, and you feel like you were, you know, you lost out on it. You know, betrayal, first word up there. You know, some of you may feel like you were betrayed, exploited. You know, these line up here is talking about suffering and loss. But this line up here is all, these two especially are so fantastic. You have the Eight of Cups, and that's the journey. That's letting go and moving on. You know, and it's the water, which is so Piscean. That's you. You know, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 cup cards here. That's the water signs. That's you. And, you know, through most of July, we're going to be, July. Most of July, we are going to be in Cancer, which is a water sign as well. So that's harmonious. That's compatible with you. So you're moving into this real positive flow. The other thing is Mars has been in Scorpio, another water sign, in retrograde for quite a while, and Mars is going direct. So it's going to be good for everybody, but the water signs like you are going to feel it the most. And like things could really start moving forward for you. Some of you are moving. You know, some of you are moving in, moving out, relocating. When these two cards show up together, A lot of times you could be relocating, going to a different place. This is a happy card, though. Four of Rods is a wonderful card. It's a change in your home environment. It's a change in your living arrangement that is always for the better. When these two show up together, because both of these are heavy relationship cards, this could be, you know, somebody, if you're not in a relationship, it could totally happen this month. But you got to get past the sadness, you know. For some of you, if that wouldn't apply, because marriage, Ten of Cups is marriage and family. There's children on here. It does apply to family. It could be like getting over something, a falling out that you had with a family member. Like getting over it, moving past it, stop looking at it, because the world says that there's something great in there. You know, there's just something really great in there. Maybe you'll realize what a great lesson they told me. Maybe there's time to still salvage the relationship if you can let go of embitterment and resentment. You know, the Two of Rods, Swords, I had to pull that last card for you, and it's the Two of Swords. And it's like the decision. And it's saying the decision is yours. The decision totally is yours. The ball's in your court, okay? Are you going to hang on and look at the spilled cups? Or are you going to look past the spilled cups, move on into the future, and embrace the world and the Ten of Cups? Which, the Tens are always the most of any suit. The Ten of Cups is the most happiness, the most joy, the most good stuff. This is a fantastic card, especially with the world. Now, we've got maybe the culprit. I hate to use that word. But this guy might be the culprit. Again, I say guy, but if you watch the intro, you know that doesn't have to necessarily be a man. But King of Rods is in reverse over here. Followed up by Three of Rods in reverse. So, what I want to say about this is you're never going to see eye to eye with this person. That's all there is to it. If this is a family member, I keep wanting to say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, okay? So if this is a family member, this might be an older person who's so set in their ways. And maybe they're, you know, for some of you I feel like they're saying like racist stuff or things like that, you know, like they just spout it right off. And, you know, and it's like, instead of saying, oh, they're such an asshole, I hate them because they're a racist, you know, I don't know. You know, there could be another way with the world there. The other thing is, this could be a business partnership for some people, and if they're trying to pitch you with some plot, or they've got some plot or idea, the ship. This says your ship's not coming in too, so it's not going to fly. It's just not going to fly. It's not going to go on. If you are married and had children, and this is your ex, and like you still have to be involved with them. This is for a lot of people, I'm feeling. Like this is your father of your children, or your ex-mate, or whoever. You know, maybe the mother of your children, whoever. And you know, you still have to deal with them, or they still are affecting your life in some way. Instead of just focusing on how they're screwing up your plans and screwing up your life, you know, it's time to move on. And if you're single, you could this could be, if you're focusing, this could be your ex, even if you don't have kids. You know, you may be looking at, oh, how they betrayed me. They were the bad guy. They did this. They did that. And meanwhile, you're overlooking the world and the Ten of Cups. You don't want to overlook the world and the Ten of Cups. Okay, that's not. This is something you definitely want to look toward and embrace, because it's arriving. You know, I keep seeing, even this is upside down, I keep saying arrival. You know, this is arriving. This looks like arrival to me. It is. Oh, I have it on both cards. See, even though they're both upside down, I was seeing that, and I hadn't noticed that till just this minute that I had the same word. I tried not to put the same words on both cards, but I guess I did. So arrival. You know, you're arriving. It's here. The potential to arrive is here. This is the journey, and you're arriving. But it's a decision on your part. You have to make the decision. You have to stop looking at what went wrong, looking at the spilled cups, and looking towards full cups. If some of you are wanting to move, this could totally be happening. This could be too, like if you were trying to move and there was a situation and then it fell through, like you really had your sights set on this place and then somehow it fell through and you weren't able to get it or whatever. This could say that something even better is coming. You know, and then you could move for that. If some of you wanted to relocate, move to a different area, and somehow the plans fell through, all of a sudden it could come around, because world and these two cups together can also indicate travel. Some of you might be going on vacation. Some of you might be going on vacation and, you know, and just as a vacation and think, God, I would really like to live here. Maybe I'm going to look into moving here permanently, and maybe you can. Well, you can't do anything, you can't move forward with anything as long as you're looking at the past. That's the biggest message I would say for this entire spread for you guys and for this entire month. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get your animal totem. Let's get that going for Pisces for the month of July of 2016. What is the animal totem card? The pig. That's not a bad card. You know, people say pig. I mean, we in Western society think pig is bad, but it's not. It's an excellent card. Tenacious, steadfast, bold, independent, bringer of luck, prosperity, and wealth. Feast and celebrate in gratitude. Prolific creation, a time of great fertility. Yeah, well, this is definitely a card of celebrating too. Rejoice. You know, that's one of the words on there. So, and that's, you know, celebrating is different from being over here in the downer phase. Okay, and the pig is a card of major abundance. It is a card of fertility and abundance in many cultures around the world. You know, in Asian, Polynesian, it's definitely, you know, it's a great sign of good luck and wealth. A time of great fertility and creative, prolific creation, it says. So, what are you creating? You know, that's what you always got to look at here. What am I creating? Because that's true no matter what. 20, you know, constant. We're always creating. We're co-creators, right? So what are you creating? Are you creating sadness? And looking at the past only keeps you in that same cycle of being in the downer phase. You know, that just keeps you in. You know, this is a circle, and the world has to do with coming full circle often. So are you going to keep cycling around in this, or are you going to look to something new? Go forward to new. See, you don't necessarily, this is the message of this card, the Six of Cups, or Eight of Cups, excuse me, that you don't necessarily know you don't know. It's the unknown. You know where you've been. You spend a lot of time stacking up these cups. You spend a lot of time in this emotional state, or involved in these emotions. You don't know what's out there. You have no idea, but you're just going to go anyway. You just know you have to go. But this is telling us, it follows up with the World and the Ten of Cups, that it could lead to something really great. Okay, so it's a time of great abundance. Everything's in water. We're getting these things in water all in harmony with you. And Mars is going direct. The Sun is in Cancer. This is a grand trine in water with your Sun. So this is a very empowering time. And it's a time with water where things could flow and go very smoothly for you, okay? Hey Pisces, thank you all. Be sure to check out that Kickstarter thing. I'd really like to make this deck available. So many of you want to get it, and there's been a lot of problems with that print on demand. If we can get this rolling, I would be so happy for everybody involved, for me and everybody, okay? Because I want everybody to use my deck. That's more the thing. I'm not making huge profits on this, believe me. A few dollars on each deck, okay? Thank you for all supporting me with everything, through the book, the decks, the donations, liking, commenting, sharing, the coloring books. These are pretty awesome for self-empowerment. Ordering the reading of the past life reading. If you look in the eye in the sky, you can find out everything, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Have a great July. Remember, you are love and beauty incarnate, and I'll speak to you soon. The Rock and Roll Tarot Deck. It's a groovy deck designed to unlock your psychic potential. Combining the iconic tarot imagery of Pamela Coleman Smith with rock poster art to reveal a fresh new take on an ancient oracle. Each card contains keywords to help memorize the meanings, but as you progress, the text shapes may change and morph to reveal much more. Allow your mind to wander so that Spirit can communicate with you through the illustrations on the cards. The Rock and Roll Tarot Deck is a full 78 card deck. The extra large size enables you to see the cards clearly and enjoy the vibrant artwork. created by spiritual artist Vickie, who is a seasoned tarot reader herself, this beautiful deck is meant to grow with you as you progress forward on your path. In gratitude for your support, Vickie has created some rock-themed merch that is only available through Kickstarter pledges, including a concert ticket, backstage pass, and an all-access VIP laminated pass. The money from this campaign will go towards the manufacturing and shipping of the deck to Amazon fulfillment centers, where it then will be available for quick and easy purchasing and shipping worldwide. Additional funds will be used for the manufacturing of the merch and further promotion of the deck. Be sure to tune into Vickie's YouTube channel for free monthly card readings and broadcasts from the universe.